Good evening, Matt Johnson with Raven Portents, and this is going to be a super quick demonstration, one single round of play, totally organic. I basically started the game. I have not staged any of this. This is totally random. I just want to show how this game is played, and we'll do one round, and we'll see what happens, and I'll explain things as we go. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to start as this player. You go to the left, so we're just going to say it's this player's turn. And he's working on his second skeleton. The objective of the game is to build 3 skeletons in your grave. It's basically a race game. The first player to complete 3 skeletons wins. So he's well on his way. This person's well on their way to their second skeleton. They've got 2 pieces left. They need a rib and an arm. He's got so you have skeleton cards. So here he's got a skull, ribs, which he needs. He's got a decay card. We'll get to that in a second. And then he's got some cemetery cards. And cemetery cards really require reading. This is a little bit like a game like Magic the Gathering or similar deck games where a lot of the rules are actually on the cards themselves. So it's really important that you read the card that you have, which is also why the game comes with this handy deck guide. It's pretty comprehensive, and it goes through all the various cards in the deck. Like I said, there's a lot of cards that are basically one-offs, or there's only a few of a kind. So back to the game. So when you play a card, discard face up, and he's going to play ribs, which he needs. And he's only got a skull. He's only got a couple skulls, which he doesn't need. And he's got another spare ribs, which he doesn't need. So he's got some other cards that he can play. He has a decay card, which is an attack card. So he is going to play. Now, you can't attack an intact skeleton. This is intentional, by the way. I have one complete skeleton. Once a skeleton is complete, there's only a couple of cards that can attack a complete skeleton. Decay cards are not one of those cards. So can't use it on this guy, but both of these players have rib pieces, so he's going to pick on this player just because, and plays ribs against them and says, I'm decaying your ribs. So let's look at what this player has. They have a bunch of skeleton cards and a handful of cemetery cards. They do not have a card that can protect them from decay. There is a card called Family Heirloom. Hopefully we'll see that come into effect at some point. Actually, I'm going to switch things up real quick. I'm going to, just to illustrate how this works, because I see that this player actually has Family Heirloom. Instead, let's say that he tries to decay these ribs. Sorry, I'm going to back up real quick. So just to illustrate, this player actually has a card called Family Heirloom. Family Heirloom is specifically designed, its only function in the game is to play in response. You don't play it on your turn, you play it on another player's turn. When someone tries to decay one of your skeleton pieces, you play Family Heirloom and say, not so fast. So he plays Family Heirloom. And the bonus, when you play Family Heirloom, it is the only card that it replenishes itself, meaning that when you play it, you get to draw a card from the draw pile. And also, he does not lose his ribs. So we're going to switch that up. So instead, he used Decay card against this player. Now, important rule, real quickly, is you can only play one Decay or one Cemetery, not both, one or the other, one per player per turn. So you can play one Decay or one Cemetery card specifically against one player per turn. So he played ribs against this player. He can still play against this player. And he can still play against this player. Let's see what he's got. He has a card called Spooked. Now, Spooked is basically a skip card. So he's going to play Spooked, and you actually place this over the grave of the player that's being skipped so that everybody remembers that they're skipped. So he's going to skip this guy because he's like, you've got a complete skeleton. You suck. I don't want you to do anything next turn. That leaves him. He actually has a family heirloom, ironically enough. But he has 4 cards. He's done. So he draws back up to 7. And that marks the end of his turn. That's how you communicate to everybody at the table that you are done when you draw or discard down to 7 cards. In this case, he had less than 7 cards, so he drew up to 7, and now he's done for the turn. Now we go to the left. This player, he's got some stuff going on, but he can only do a few things here, but he's going to do them. So he's going to play a card called Wild Animal. It's a cemetery card. He's going to play it against this guy for trying, to go after him. So he's going to play Wild Animal, and he's going to steal one of his limbs. So Wild Animal allows you to steal either an arm or a leg, and unlike Decay, you actually get it. So he's going to say, I'm stealing one of your legs. This guy does not have a way to protect against that. Family Heirloom, which he has, does not protect against cemetery cards. It only protects against Decay cards. So that's where that's important, and why there are some cards that you can get protection from and other cards you can't. So Wild Animal allows you to steal a limb, so he does it. He can't protect that from can't keep that from happening. The only other card he can really play, he can play an arm card, by the way, which is cool. So he actually gets to complete a skeleton between playing Wild Animal and playing a skeleton card. He gets to finish his skeleton. And then just for kicks, he's going to play a card called Seance. Seance is a cemetery card, and it allows one player. It can't be the player playing the card. You have to pick 2 other players. It allows one player to look at the hand of another player. And it's just an intelligence check. It just lets one other player know what somebody else might have up their sleeve. That's all it does. It's pretty simple. There are some cards like that in the deck. They're really just to make the game more interesting. They're not necessarily powerful, but they can, provide an advantage. So this player now has 4 cards. They're going to draw up to 7, 5, 6, 7. That marks the end of their turn. Just moving right along. This player has almost a complete skeleton. They've got 2 pieces left. Oh, good. I get to illustrate this. They have so they don't have any skeleton cards that can help them. They have 2 skulls. That's not helpful. They do, however, have a card called, it's a cemetery card called Unmarked Grave. Now, Unmarked Grave is important for 2 reasons. One, it's a cemetery card, not a skeleton card. That's an important caveat. The other reason is that it's basically a wild skeleton card, even though it's not a skeleton card. So it allows you to place a skeleton piece in your grave, including a skull if you need it, if you're starting. And so this player is going to play Unmarked Grave and give themselves a pelvis. That gets them 1 piece closer. And that's really all they can do on their... Oh, wait. Nope. They also have a Wild Decay card. So they're going to go after... Can't attack an intact... This guy just completed a skeleton, so we can't use Wild on that. This same situation here, which means this is the only skeleton that he can play Decay against. So he's going to play Wild and say, I'm going to decay your pelvis. And this player is going to say, nope, I have Family Heirloom. Blocks that from happening, and they get to draw a card. So that's how that plays out. This guy's like, fine, I guess that's all I can do. I have 5 cards, 6, 7. That marks the end of their turn. Last but not least, let's see what this guy has. Oh, he got skipped. Never mind. He doesn't get to do anything. So this card goes back to the draw pile of the player who played it, which was this player. And we're back to the beginning. So that gives you a rough idea of how Sepulchre is played and just how dynamic it can be and all the things you really actually have to keep track of. On the surface, it looks like a very simple game. The reality is it's quite challenging, and you really do have to pay attention, and it can be surprisingly dynamic. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you backed this game. And if it comes to your table, I really hope that you and your friends and your family enjoy playing it as much as I enjoyed making it. Have a great evening.